Hello, everyone. So for today's training, we're going to cover interim reviews and specifically talk about annual assessments. So when doing an interim review in a client file, you're going to go into the client and you're going to go to the Entry Exit tab. And you're going to note that you'll see the entry for your project. Next to your entry is the exit information, but next to where it says exit date, you're going to see this column called interims. Underneath, you're going to note there's this little paper, it looks like a little paper document. You're going to click on that document, and this box will pop up, which says interim reviews associated with this entry exit. So every entry exit, all interim reviews are very specific to a project and entry. And you're going to click the Add Interim Review button. You'll see all household members associated with this interim review. Just make sure that all of them have a check mark next to their name or in the household itself. This ensures that the interim review is then copied to each one of their individual client files. So you're not doing 4 separate annual assessments and 4 separate update assessments. You're doing it all at once. You'll note the project, the entry type, and underneath that, there's an interim review type. So there's 2 different types of interim reviews. One is an update and one is an annual assessment. The information in both are the same. So the same information is covered in an update assessment as in an annual assessment. It really just has to do with the time frame and the correlation between when you're doing the assessment and when the entry has happened. So an update would happen if a client comes in or came in last week, and since last week, they've obtained income or they've had non-cash benefits now. So maybe they get SNAP benefits, they've applied for medical insurance and started to receive Medicaid. So an update happens prior to that year anniversary date. And if you're a rapid rehousing provider, there's a separate training in regards to update assessments for rapid rehousing providers when it comes to the housing move-in date. So please reference that training if you're a rapid rehousing provider. And then there's annual assessments. And annual assessments are required to be done when a person has been in a program for longer than a year. So if a person comes in on January 1st, 2020, when January 1st, 2021 comes around, the annual assessment really has to be done within a 30-day period, either 30 days before or 30 days after their anniversary date. And when you're trying to figure that out, make sure to take into consideration if there's 31 days in a month, if there's only 28 days in a month, like in February. So it's 30 days. That annual assessment has to be done 30 days before or after their anniversary date. So we're going to go ahead and save and continue after you choose annual assessment. You'll note that all the household members are here in the annual assessment information. So what you're going to do is look at all of the information within this assessment and determine whether or not it's accurate. That includes housing move-in date, income from any source. So making sure that the income information that's in here, so yes, they're still receiving income. Yes, they're getting SSI in this amount. So monthly income is correct. So just verifying that all of these sub-assessment and data fields are accurately reflecting what's happening when you're doing the annual assessment, so the date of the annual assessment. Do they have non-cash benefits, yes or no? Health insurance information. Do they have disabling conditions? So is this disability information accurate? And then also filling out the domestic violence questions. You can skip over the current living situation and date of engagement. Coordinated entry assessment does not pertain to this specific annual assessment type information, so you can skip over that as well. Coordinated entry assessment type assessments and entry events are done separately as an update when it pertains to the coordinated entry provider. So we're going to go ahead and save and exit. And you'll note that now there is an annual assessment done for this household, and it was done on April 9th. This client count, if you notice over here on the right side, it says 4. It just means there's 4 household members that were in this annual assessment. And that's it for today's training. Thank you.